Have you ever found yourself falling for someone who seemed like the one at first, only to realize later they were completely wrong for you? Maybe you keep ending up with partners who don't value you, or you feel stuck in the same relationship patterns, wondering, why does this keep happening? I've been there. A few years ago, I fell hard for someone who was charming and exciting, but over time, I realized they were emotionally unavailable. It left me heartbroken and questioning my choices. Why did I choose them? What was I really looking for? Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, had an answer. He believed that our relationships are deeply influenced by something called the Anima and Animus, the hidden feminine and masculine energies in our psyche. Jung said, the Anima and Animus are the bridge to our soul. These unconscious forces shape who we're drawn to, how we love, and even why we repeat the same mistakes in relationships. In this video, we're going to explore how the Anima and Animus affect your love life, why you might be falling for the wrong person, and how you can use Jung's teachings to build healthier, more fulfilling relationships. So let me ask you, who are you really looking for in your relationships? What's driving your heart? Stick with me, and let's uncover the answers together. What are the Anima and Animus? Carl Jung's insight. To understand why you might be falling for the wrong person, we first need to understand what Jung meant by the Anima and Animus. These are two of the most fascinating concepts in Jungian psychology. The anima is the unconscious feminine energy in men, qualities like intuition, sensitivity, and emotional depth. The animus is the unconscious masculine energy in women, qualities like assertiveness, logic, and strength. Regardless of your gender, you have both energies within you, and they play a huge role in how you connect with others, especially in romantic relationships. Jung believed that the anima and animus act like an inner guide, drawing you to people who reflect parts of yourself you haven't fully embraced. For example, if you're a man who's suppressed your emotional side, your anima might pull you toward a partner who's deeply expressive, almost as if you're seeking that missing piece. If you're a woman who's hesitant to embrace your strength, your animus might attract you to someone bold or dominant. It's like your unconscious is saying, here's what you need to see in yourself. But here's where it gets tricky. When your anima or animus is out of balance, meaning you haven't integrated those qualities in yourself, you might project them onto your partner. You see them as the perfect embodiment of what you lack, which can lead to unhealthy relationships. For instance, I once dated someone who seemed confident and decisive, qualities I admired but felt I didn't have. But their confidence turned into control, and I realized I was chasing my own unclaimed strength through them. Jung said, the meeting of the anima and animus with another person is a profound encounter. These energies show up in your dreams, your attractions, and your conflicts, pushing you toward individuation, the process of becoming your whole self. By understanding your anima or animus, you can start to see why you're drawn to certain people and how those relationships reflect your inner world. So, how do these energies shape your love life? Let's dive into that next. How anima/animus shape your relationships. Your anima or animus doesn't just sit quietly in your unconscious. It actively influences who you're attracted to and how you behave in relationships. When these energies are unbalanced, they can lead you to partners who trigger unhealthy patterns. Let's look at a few ways this happens. First, projection. When you haven't integrated your anima or animus, you tend to project those qualities onto others. For example, a man with an undeveloped anima might suppress his emotions and seek a partner who's nurturing or emotional, hoping they'll complete him. But this can lead to dependency or resentment if the partner doesn't live up to that idealized image. I saw this in a friend who kept dating highly emotional women, only to feel overwhelmed by their intensity. He realized he was projecting his own unacknowledged need for emotional connection. For women, an unbalanced animus might draw you to partners who seem strong or authoritative, but this can lead to relationships where you feel overpowered. I experienced this in my own life. I was drawn to someone who seemed confident and in control, but over time, their dominance made me feel small. It wasn't until I embraced my own assertiveness, my animus, that I stopped seeking that quality in others. Second, repeating patterns. Your anima or animus can keep you stuck in the same relationship dynamics. Maybe you always end up with partners who don't commit, or you find yourself playing the rescuer in every relationship. That's your unconscious trying to show you something. For example, a woman with an overactive animus might keep choosing partners who challenge her independence, because her unconscious is pushing her to balance her strength with vulnerability. I had a friend who kept dating people who needed fixing. When she explored her animus, she realized she was avoiding her own need for care and support. Third, conflict as a mirror. The anima and animus often show up in relationship conflicts. Maybe you clash with your partner over their emotional distance, or you feel they're too controlling. These conflicts often reflect parts of your anima or animus you haven't integrated. For instance, if you're frustrated by a partner's neediness, it might point to your own suppressed need for connection. I once got annoyed with a partner for being too emotional, only to realize I was pushing away my own sensitivity. Your anima or animus also shows up in dreams, often as a romantic figure or a mysterious stranger. Jung believed these dream figures are messages from your unconscious, urging you to embrace those qualities in yourself. For example, I once dreamed of a kind, gentle man who listened deeply. It was my anima, showing me I needed to nurture my own compassion. So let me ask you, who are you drawn to in your relationships? What qualities do you admire in them, and what might that say about what you're seeking in yourself? Understanding this is the first step to breaking unhealthy patterns and building better relationships. Let's talk about how to do that. 3 steps to balance your anima/animus. Balancing your anima or animus is key to healthier relationships and personal growth. It's about embracing the qualities you've suppressed and bringing them into your conscious life. Here are 3 practical steps to start this process. Step 1. Reflect on your relationship patterns. Start by looking at your past or current relationships. What patterns do you notice? Do you keep choosing partners who are emotionally unavailable, overly controlling, or overly dependent? Write down the qualities that attract you and the ones that frustrate you. For example, I noticed I was drawn to partners who seemed confident, but their confidence often turned into arrogance. That showed me I was projecting my own unclaimed strength. Ask yourself, what am I seeking in my partners? What does this say about what I'm not embracing in myself? Journaling is a great way to do this. Just 10 minutes of honest reflection can reveal so much. Step 2. Embrace your opposite energies. If you're a man, explore your anima, your feminine qualities like intuition, empathy, or creativity. If you're a woman, connect with your animus, your masculine qualities like assertiveness or independence. Try small actions to bring these qualities out. For instance, I used to shy away from being assertive, thinking it wasn't feminine. So, I practice speaking up in small ways, like sharing my opinion in a group. If you're hesitant to show vulnerability, try opening up to a trusted friend about something personal. Ask, what quality do I avoid because it feels not me? Then take one small step to embrace it, like writing a poem to express your emotions or setting a boundary to assert your needs. Step 3. Improve communication in relationships. Your anima or animus affects how you communicate with partners. An unbalanced anima might make you avoid emotional conversations, while an unbalanced animus might make you overly critical. Practice open, honest communication that balances both energies. For example, if you tend to avoid conflict, try expressing your needs calmly, like saying, I feel hurt when this happens, can we talk about it? I started doing this in my relationships, and it was transformative. It helped me feel heard without escalating into arguments. Try this. In your next conversation with a partner or friend, practice both listening deeply and stating your needs clearly. It's a small step that builds stronger connections. These 3 steps, reflecting on patterns, embracing opposite energies, and improving communication, help you balance your anima or animus. They lead to relationships that are more authentic and fulfilling, because you're not chasing what's missing in yourself, but bringing your whole self to the table. So, what's one pattern in your relationships you're ready to explore? Why this matters for your love life? Why does balancing your anima or animus matter? Because it changes how you love and who you choose to love. When these energies are out of balance, you're drawn to partners who reflect what you haven't integrated, which can lead to heartbreak or frustration. But when you embrace your anima or animus, you start choosing partners from a place of wholeness, not neediness. You build relationships based on mutual respect, not projection. Ignoring your anima or animus keeps you stuck in cycles. Maybe you keep falling for people who don't commit because your animus is seeking strength you haven't claimed. Or you stay in relationships that drain you because your anima is avoiding vulnerability. I saw this in a friend who kept dating emotionally distant partners. When she explored her animus, she realized she was suppressing her own independence, which kept her chasing unavailable people. Once she embraced her strength, she started attracting partners who valued her for who she was. Balancing your anima or animus also makes you a better partner. You become more empathetic, because you understand your own complexities. You communicate better because you're not projecting your unmet needs. You feel more confident because you're not relying on someone else to complete you. For me, embracing my animus meant standing up for myself in relationships, which led to deeper, more honest connections. Jung said, "The anima and animus are the bridge to our soul." By working with these energies, you not only transform your love life, but also move closer to individuation, becoming your whole, authentic self. So, imagine this. What would your relationships look like if you loved from a place of wholeness? Who would you choose, and how would you show up? We've explored a lot today, from Carl Jung's concept of the anima and animus to practical steps for balancing these energies in your relationships. Your love life isn't just about finding the right person, it's about becoming the right version of yourself. As Jung said, the meeting of the anima and animus with another person is a profound encounter. By embracing these hidden parts of your psyche, you can break free from unhealthy patterns and build relationships that are authentic, fulfilling, and true. Here's my challenge to you. Take one small step today to understand your relationships. Grab a journal and write down a pattern you've noticed in your love life, maybe a type of person you're drawn to or a conflict that keeps coming up. Ask yourself, what does this say about what I'm seeking in myself? What's one action I can take to embrace that part of me? Maybe it's expressing a need, exploring a suppressed quality, or having an honest conversation. That small step could change how you love. If this video spoke to you, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share a relationship pattern you've noticed or a quality you're ready to embrace. Your story might inspire someone else to transform their love life. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button. It helps us reach more people searching for answers. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can join us for more Carl Jung-inspired wisdom. Let's keep this conversation going. What's one step you're ready to take to love more authentically? I believe in you, and I'm excited to see where this journey takes you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.